know that Carlo of Mana is bringing all of its special guest slots to Arena, and that means you get crashing footfalls and, more importantly for this video, show and tell becoming legal on the client for any format where everything is legal. That's namely Timeless. Did you also know that dig through time is banned in Legacy? And the main reason for that was when you put an Omniscience in off for show and tell, you get to basically dig through your deck 8 cards, find another dig, and then grab a threat, cast a threat, cast another dig, and so on and so on. It's kind of gross. So the fact that we can play them together in a brainstorm deck that's playing Counterspell, Sneak Attack, Show and Tell is very, very strong, and that's what we're playing today. If my energy level seems low, it's because I'm sick. I'm trying to get over the illness, so I'm wrapped up warm, and I'm just trying to make some videos because I'm hopefully away this weekend if I get over the sickness. So, what our deck is looking to do is cast one of the titular 2 cards. We've got Sneak Attack, which is here, I should hover the correct card, and Show and Tell. So Show and Tell says each player may put an artifact card, enchantment card, or land card, or creature card from their hand onto the battlefield. Now normally your opponent's going to put like a little body or a land or some shit into play because their deck is not built around it. We're going to put into play one of our payoffs. So our payoffs are our Worldspine Worm, which is the worst of the Sneak Show and Tell payoffs. It's a 15/15 trampling creature that when it dies, make 3/5/5 green worm tokens. When it goes to the graveyard, shuffle it back into your library. This is for Sneak Attack, because Sneak Attack makes you sack. I'll come to that more in a moment. Omniscience is our best hit. If we put Omniscience into play, we get to cast the spells in our hand. Griselbrand is a 8 mana 7/7 life thinking flyer that pays 7 life to draw 7 cards. Honestly, this should probably be another Atraxa or another similar threat, because paying 7 life to draw 7 cards in a format where Bowmaster exists means that the situations where you get to cast this for free off Omniscience or put it into play off Show and Tell, and it won't win you the game, which is a bad spot to be in. And then Atraxa is a 7 mana. Oh, no, it's not 7 mana. No, it is 7 mana. What am I talking about? It's 3 and 4. It's 7. It's a 7/7 flying, vigilant, death touching lifelinker that when it ends the battlefield, the top 10 cards of your library, for which card type put 1 into your hand. So essentially, when you have Omniscience in play, you can put Atraxa in and it'll probably find you another fatty for you to put in and cast with the Omniscience. Or it'll find you Dig Through Time, which then you can cast for free off Omniscience to go and find another fatty and make yourself a board position that's insurmountably good. So Dig Through Time is a linchpin of the deck, and again, maybe 4 copies is correct. I don't really know what to cut. Maybe I'm playing too many lands at 24. Probably should be 23. Sneak Attack is like Show and Tell, but it's temporary and it's only for you. So for 1 red mana, you put a creature card from your hand on the battlefield. It gains haste and you sack at end of turn. So you get to hit them for 7 with the Atraxa, 7 with the Griselbrand. You get the ETB trigger of Atraxa. So Atraxa will often trigger, find you another fatty, and if you have an extra red mana available on turn, it's 5 or 6. Well, in this deck it'll be turn 6. We have no acceleration. Then we'll put another fatty into play and maybe just one-shot them. And Worldspine Worm is 15 damage of trampling, which normally kills people, and then if it doesn't, it'll split into 3/5/5s and leave you with a good spot. Beyond that, we're playing a little bit of interaction. We've got a copy of Counterspell, 4 copies of Bolt, because Black-Red Burn seems to be prevalent in best of 1, and 2 copies of Spell Pierce. And then our card selection is 4 copies of Brainstorm, which is dangerous into Orcish Bowmasters, I do agree. 4 copies of Expressive Iteration, and 3 copies of Fable of the Mirror Breaker. And that is the deck. It's very clean and tight. We have card selection, we have interaction, we have the combo piece, and the things that combo with them. We are a combo deck, and we're looking to kill our opponent as soon as we can, really. But we might have to play around our opponent's counter magic by having a Pierce up, for example. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. There'll be a couple of timeless videos on the channel over the next couple of days if I can record some more today with my sickness. And if you're looking to pick up a single product or sealed product, use the code KENOBI at checkout. Cool Stuff Inc. to get 5% off your order. Help us support the show. And you get yourself one of these lovely Orc Army tokens that shows me and Brucey fighting back the forces of darkness. We have Dig Through Time, a Bolt, and 2 payoffs, both Sneak and Show and Tell. So I guess interaction plus a card draw spell is good. Just a little bit slow. I'll put it into Temple Garden. We're going to go Delta and pass the turn. So we'll have Spell Pierce up, or we can go get a Thundering Force on end step to Surveil 1 and get some value. Back at end of turn, which means they can resolve a 2 mana spell here, but I don't know what, other than Bowmaster, what 2 mana spell I'd care about them resolving here, you know? So there's a Thundering Force. We're going to Surveil 1. We're going to find a Fiery Islet, which we'll put on the bottom of our library. We don't need another land, really. Well, we need 4 if we get to Sneak Attack. We'll go Flooded Strand, and we'll pass back. Holding up Spell Pierce, holding up Bolt. Again, we can go for the second copy of Thundering Force. We're playing 2 of them for a little bit of value in their end step. Fill the Dead from our opponents. They're on, like, some pile of multicolored Field of the Dead shit. So we're going to go Surveilling again. Find Brainstorm, which is good with the fetch, bad with that, but we'll keep it because iteration does allow us to dig a bit deeper into our deck. So we draw Brainstorm. We're going to go ahead and not play the Steam event. I'm just going to cast Expressive Iteration here. Finding a fetch land in amongst these will make our Brainstorm better next turn. And we'd love to put a Show and Tell into our hand. Now, if they have a Counterspell, Memory Lapse, there we go. We could have pierced that, but we want the value of being able to play the land. So we just pay our land and pass back. I'm okay without getting Memory Lapsed, if I'm honest. If they're on the Wilderness Reclamation deck, which might have filled that as part of the grinding element, we can't let it resolve. We probably can't let Oko resolve either. Although we can just ignore Oko. Although it can turn our Atraxa into a 3/3. Do we care about Oko? Probably not. That's might be wrong. I might regret that in a moment. They create a food and they'll pass back with 1 mana up, which means they could spell Pierce or Expressive Iteration. We give them Pierce back, I guess. But we're going to cast Iteration. We find Omniscience, no Show and Tell, no Sneak Attack. That is a big woof from me, dog. So we're going to go ahead and put Omniscience into our hand. We'll put the Islet back on the bottom of our library and we'll get the Flooded Strand. We'll play the Strand, and I'm just going to cast Brainstorm to try and put some cards in our hand back in our library and draw some fresh stuff. So I'm going to draw 3, put 2 back, and then shuffle our library with our Flooded Strand to basically reset what's in our hand. And we've drawn a load of shite. So we want a land, so we'll put Flooded Strand back. We'll put Worldspine Worm back. Doesn't really matter which order we're going in because we're cracking this Strand to go get ourselves a Steam Vents on their end step. And we've now got Atraxa and Omniscience, just no Show and Tell and no Sneak Attack. They get to their 5th land. They're 2 away from Field of the Dead being online. They're going to cast an Uro, which we don't really care too much about. It'll draw them a card and gain them 3 life. They could probably cast it next... No, they're miles off. They need to escape 5. So they can't cast that next turn, so we don't care about that either. Basically a fancy growth spiral. They do hit a land and drop off of it though. They turn the food into an elk, so they can start pressuring our life total, taking us from 16 to 13 with this attack. And then we really want to resolve this dig through time and find Show and Tell. That's where we're at now. But we've got to resolve it through potential counter magic, like Memory Lapse, Counter Spell, and similar. We could have got Mystic Sanctuary there to get back our Brainstorm, but that doesn't seem too good. So on our turn, we're going to untap. We draw Dig through time. I'm going to try for Dig next turn. I'd love to have, like, a copy of Counter Spell or Spell Pierce in addition to the one in hand already to, like, really go all protecting. We found a Worldspine one, which we don't want, so we're going to put Otawara into our hand. We're going to put the Worldspine into the library, exile the island, and we'll play the island. And then in their end step, we're going to go ahead for Dig through time and then protect it with a Spell Pierce if they use things on their turn. They could just keep all their mana up. That means Spell Pierce won't counter a counter spell. They could have double counter spell. But I guess we can go Dig, Pierce, untap, Dig. And on the upside, if we go untap, Dig, we can... Oh no, we can't Dig plus Show and Tell because Dig would have used up 6 cards in our bin at the point that we cast the first time round. They attack for 3, hitting us to 9. Cool. I really wanted to tap out for something here. Uro does use up half their mana, or less than half if they hit a land drop off of it. They cycle a Lorien Reveal to make their land drop this turn. They have 3 mana up, which means Spell Pierce does catch a Memory Lapse or a Counter Spell, or even Spell Pierce itself. So we've got good protection for us digging with the Dig through time here. They've got Mystic Sanctuary. Interesting. They're attempting to put Memory Lapse back on top of their library. They create a food token. They play Sanctuary, which triggers Field of the Dead, but they don't have enough islands to actually trigger Sanctuary because they hadn't fetched. So that's awkward. At the end of their turn, we're going to go blue, dig through time, and we're going to ditch everything in our bin, or 6 cards in our bin, which can be this, and this. In an attempt to find Show and Tell plus an interaction spell like Pierce or Counter Spell. Fucking hell, we did not find Show and Tell, but we found Sneak Attack, which isn't terrible. So we're going to go Sneak Attack. And we're going to go probably Worldspine Worm. Yeah, that allows us to make an impressive board state. And then on my turn, we're going to untap. We're going to play Otawara as a land. Blue, red, and blue. This allows us 2 sneaks. If we have to Pierce to protect this, we only get 1 sneak. But Atraxa will gain us a lot of life, and Worldspine Worm will leave behind a lot of worms. So either of those are fine. Also, the first Atraxa can resolve and find us stuff to put in off the second sneak. So they're going to crack their Delta. So I think we're going to see some interaction here, some counter magic. Field of the Dead does make a body for some blocking. They crack again and get another body for blocking. That's going to be 6 whole power of blocking. I mean, to be fair, they have like lethal on board, right? 2 elk plus 2 things. So we need some blockers and or some life. Field of the Dead makes another body. No More Lies. Counter target spell. So we can counter No More Lies. It's not a strictly better Dovin's Veto like I keep thinking it is. Okay, and now we activate Sneak Attack. And the question is, do we go Atraxa, go to 15 ourselves, put some stuff in our hand, or do we go Worldspine Worm? Interesting situation. Worldspine will give us 15 damage, it will kill the Oko, and split into 3/5/5s. I think killing the Oko is pretty good here. So we can block 6 of it, which means 11 goes through. Stops this becoming an L. They could just untap and play an Oko, but I think getting the Oko off the board helps us live a bit better. This gets sacked at end of turn as part of the Sneak Attack delayed trigger, and upon dying it makes 3 5/5s. There we go, and shuffles back into our library. I forgot about that bit. It's to stop it from getting reanimated, which is interesting. So I feel like we're in a good spot with 15 power and toughness on board. We are at 9, and they do have quite a lot of power and toughness themselves. They have 6 power and toughness of zombies, a 3/3 here. If they have an Oko, this becomes a 3/3. They're probably considering making an Uro, because that gives them a reasonable blocker next turn. Yeah, they're going to escape an Uro. It gains them up to 23 life. It draws them a card, puts a land to play, and gives them a 6/6 blocker, which is good against our worms, basically. Next turn, we're going to make an Atrax off the sneak attack. There'll be a trigger that'll dig into our deck, and hopefully we can find another Griselbrand or the worm itself. Or then we can also make another Atrax off the sneak attack and dig even further. I mean, just dig deep into our deck for more sneak attackable creatures. The island cycle here, they get us to go through Triome, which means they've probably got access to Leyline's Binding, which is really good into our sneak attack right now. So if they have Leyline in hand, we're in a bad spot if that's the case. Although we can dig again to try and find sneak attack. Oh, sorry, show and tell. So they make another zombie. Do they have Leyline's Binding? Because that is a nice clean answer to our sneak attack plan right now. If they have it, they should fire it off before we untap, because we can put bodies into play when we have mana open. I don't think they've got it then. Well, they're holding their hand again, thinking long and hard. They do have Binding. I don't know why it took them so long to figure that one out, but that was the correct thing to do, is to take the sneak attack off the board. So now we're going to dig through time again. So we need to find land plus show and tell. They are tapped out, so we're going to go boop, 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 boop. So 6. There we go. So we want land plus show and tell. So we've got land and show and tell. Then we go Islet, then we go Show and Tell, go into 8, put Omniscience into play. They put nothing into play, they don't have a permanent, they got instants and sorceries and shit. We'll make an Atraxa, she'll trigger and fill our hand full of cool stuff. So we're going ahead and we'll get a Saga, a Dig Through Time. Dig Through Time's so good with Omniscience, it's kind of silly. A Strand and Expressive Iteration. That's all the categories. We'll then go Expressive Iteration for free. We'll put World Spine into our hand, put the Bolt back into our library, and we'll exile that land that we can't play. We'll play Fable. We're trying to dig for a sneak attack really, and then a mana to activate it, but I don't think we can get there in this situation. I do need to add maybe 1 or 2 cards that can be like cast to make treasures once your Omniscience is in play to really get there. We'll cast Dig Through Time. Dig deep. We find sneak attack and we find Omniscience. And this is in case they have another Leyline. If they put Leyline in off of the show and tell, they could target our Omniscience and it would have been bad. Here's an Omniscience. Here's a sneak attack. Here's a World Spine Worm. Right, okay, no attacks, because it doesn't get us anywhere. I think they just block it all and kill it all. So they do have a Field Dead and an Uro in play. Those cards are very broken. So, I mean, they're not out of the game yet. We had an absolutely ludicrous turn, like an absolutely insane turn, but it doesn't mean it doesn't mean there's not a situation where they can't win here or put us back. They're going to plow our Atraxa. Gaining 7 life seems good to me, so I'll take it. Go to 15. We can sneak attack the Atraxa next turn in order to just be able to hit them for 7 in the air. I don't let them plow the World Spine Worm or Leyline Binding the World Spine Worm because it takes a lot of the... Yeah, I think I counter this. So a free counter spell. It's like Force of Will, but a million times better. I want to keep my World Spine Worm. And they've seen enough. They think me keeping my World Spine Worm is not ideal for them. And I would agree. I would say that we had a pretty good final turn there. We've got Brainstorm, Dig Through Time, Atraxa, and 4 lands. One of which is a fetch, just makes Brainstorm better. I guess we give this a go. I'd like it better if we're on the play, so we don't just get bowmastered off this and we're on a really quick clock. But beggars can't be choosers sometimes, you know what I mean? I'm not sure if this hand is good. The fetch plus the Brainstorm. Oh, we are on the play. This makes it a lot better. So Surveil 1 here gives some card quality, and what it also does is allows us to put something in the bin to fuel our Dig Through Time, which is... pretty decent. All of those things are good. All of those things are good. They're going to Once Upon a Time. I said last, or one of the games of this video, I can't remember if it was last game or the game before, I did say, well, I keep showing on top, right? We're definitely drawing that. I did say, you know, that probably makes it Elves or Titan, but then last game they were on like 5 color nonsense, right? I guess Once Upon a Time is good enough to see play in multiple decks. They are on 5 color nonsense again. So we draw a Show and Tell, which is pretty decent. We're going to go ahead. We can keep Brainstorm up to stop them from hand attacking us. I think I just like brainstorming here, building out our hand. And Omniscience would be sick. We do not have one. We'll keep the sneak attack, put the 2 islets back. We don't want to draw either of those, so we're going to play a fetch land now, and we're going to Surveil at end of turn from them. It also looks like we've got Bolt or we've got Pierce when we don't, so if they're going to play like 3 mana Teferi, they'd have to consider that we could Pierce it. Flooded Strand here. Seeing double Flooded Strand on their forest so far, they might not actually... Oh no, they are on Jund stuff. Okay, so they're going to make a Fable the Mirror Breaker, which is great for us because we can show and tell next turn. We're going to go Thundering Falls and hopefully see Omniscience on top of our library. If I miss a Sanctuary, we don't want it. We're going to put it in the bin. We want to just rip Omniscience off top of our life. That's where we want to be. We did not. So we're going to go land. I think I'm going to show and tell this Atraxa just to really put some pressure on. So we put Atraxa into play. I'm not the biggest fan of this show and tell art, if I'm honest. I really like the both the original and the Judge or GP foil or whatever it was, the one with the who come through the portals. They get a Clothis, we get a Atraxa, which feels pretty good. We'll go and grab a show and tell for next turn. Omniscience for that show and tell. Oh no, okay, they scooped it up. Yeah, turn 3 Atraxa is strong. I wouldn't scoop in response to that because it could be they don't find anything good and then they have a removal spell. But like I said, if they have a removal spell in hand, then maybe it's not worth playing anymore. Our hand is two Fadlies and a Mirror Breaker, which is not ideal. We don't interact in any way. We have no way to put these in, and we have no card draw. Like a Brainstorm or Expressive Iteration would make me consider this. I'm going to mulligan. This hand is Spell Pierce, Double Iteration, Bolt, and Worm. I'm going to keep this. I'm going to put one of the iterations back, hoping that this Bolt and this Pierce keep us in the game. And sleeves are really cool. That is a lot. We're just going to go Flooded Strand. We can crack this to go get an island if we need to pierce something on turn 2. Otherwise, we can get a Skyland, also known as Surveil Land. Also known as they're way better than people thought they were. That can resolve. Then we'll Surveil and we'll Bolt it on our turn. Because we're playing iteration on turn 3 to hit that land drop. Thundering Falls here. Surveil 1. We'll keep Bolt, because if they're playing Priest of Forgotten Gods, it means they're like a boltable deck, if that makes sense. We go Delta, and then we're going to bolt this. So if I just knocked the microphone with my blanket, I'm cold. So I'm wrapped up warm. I'm under the weather, a bit sick. Drinking some tea. Hoping I get better. There's a Priest of the Forgotten Gods again. Okay. Missing a land drop here? No, okay. So I'm going to Surveil again at end of turn. I don't think they're a Blood Moon deck. We have an island in hand, actually, so whether they're a Blood Moon deck or not doesn't really matter too much. Top of our deck is a Flooded Strand, which we probably want. And then we're going to go ahead and cast Iteration, hoping to find a red land. We do. So we're going to put Griselbrand into our hand, this in the bottom of the library, this into exile. We'll shock it in. Pay 2 life. We are the control deck when we just play 4 bolts. That's all the control you need. Like bolt, 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 show and tell, kill you. That's our game plan, I get. Phyrexian Tower. We draw a the Mirror Breaker, which is pretty good, so we can play that. Doubt this gets countered with their green-black lands. We make a Goblin Shaman. We play a Strand. End turn, pass to them. We can actually go ahead and get back the iteration at end of their turn. Ooh, Company. Should have seen that coming. I think I'm gonna pierce that. I'd love to go get Mystic Sanctuary here and get back the. Oh, I can do it anyway, can't I? Because it untaps. Put iteration on top of our library and pierce this Company. This is gross. This is disgusting. No wonder Sanctuary is banned in banned in Modern. I'm pretty sure it's banned in Legacy. I haven't played a whole lot of Legacy recently. I'm playing Timeless Modern recently. I'm starting to get confused about what's banned where and what. Because sometimes you have Ren and 6, for example, is banned in Legacy but not banned in Modern, which I think is interesting. Mayhem Devil and a Woe Strider. That does make it easy to kill our Shaman if they want to. We draw the Expressive Iteration. We can discard 2 cards here. So we're going to discard, I guess, World Spine and an Island in an attempt to find Show and Tell. World Spine shuffles in. We find Omniscience, which isn't quite where we want to be. And then we're going to Expressive Iteration, trying to find Show and Tell. Did not find Show and Tell. So we're going to put... The World Spine shuffled at the top, look. We'll put Fable in our hand, and we'll put the World Spine back into our library, and we'll draw the Brainstorm. I'll play the Strand. No attacks, because our Goblin just gets eaten by the Mayhem Devil, and we don't need the treasure that badly. Oh, I'm a fucking idiot. I should have cast that Brainstorm right there and then. Oh, that was a punt. Tell me in the comment section below how dumb that was. I should have used that Brainstorm right there and then. I kind of want to play 3 Thundering Falls. This can't Surveil for me and can't Mystic Sanctuary. It's bad. Okay, there's a York. They don't have the combo just yet, but they kill my thing. Sure. This is a scary collection of cards, right? So now I'm gonna sack this. They get extra damage off the sacking. Should have. That's another punt. I'm making mistakes now. I should have done it in response to that Mayhem Devil. And his tap. Sneak attack is fine because we have to Griselbrand them. I say it's fine. It's not ideal if I'm honest. Show and Tell is insane for us, though we are close to just being dead. We find a Traxxas, which is quite literally the opposite of what we need. So here's a Fable. So they can sack 1, 2, that's 2 damage. 2, that's the 1 damage. That's 3 damage from just sacking stuff alone. They play a land, thank goodness. They go to combat here. They attack in a way that kills us. I don't think there's any way we're getting out of this. Unless they misplay. Okay, they're going to misplay a little bit. That's fine by me. Oh, I say this. Drawing cards is pretty good, I've heard. Mayhem Devil plus Yawgmoth is very good. Jeez. I think our draw was kind of shit. If I brainstormed some of this away, that would have been a remarkably better next turn, wouldn't it? But I didn't, so I'm a dum-dum. Okay, so we take damage here, 2 damage. They kill this, they ping us for 1 to 5, attack for 5, good game. Okay, I punted twice, actually. Extra damage from the fetch, plus the bad Brainstorm. It is what it is. I'm going to blame being sick, but also there's the fact that I'm just a bad magic. One more time! We have interaction, and 2 things to play off of Show and Tell. Well, give it a shot. Kill their thing, counter their thing is not a bad place to be. They're on the play, though. Chromatic Star of the Swamp. I don't know what that means. I do not know what that means. So we're going to play Delta. Pass to them. This allows us to keep up Pierce or Surveil if we need to. Wishclaw Talisman. They're just basically a Storm deck. That's what that means. I'm not going to give them a tutor, so I'm going to go ahead and sack this. We're going to grab a Steam Vents. Pay 2 life, and we're going to pierce that. We're going to untap. We're going to find an island. We're going to pass back to them. We're keeping up a counter spell here. Our bolt basically only goes face. I guess they could play some sort of utility orc, but I doubt it. Assemble the team. They get to demonic tutor for something in the top half of their library, or top third, should I say. Pretty cool alchemy card. I know some of you in the comments are going to hate it because it's an alchemy card, but I think it's pretty cool. I think it's a cool idea. The Gatewatch at some point as well. I don't know when it was these 4. Kaivar, Wanderer, Kaiser, Vraska, and Nissa. When was it those 5? I don't know. Oh, fuck me. So it's how much I think the card's cool. I didn't counter it. Okay, well, shit. Okay, my turn then. Never mind. It's all right. It's fine. We're gonna surveil. We're gonna find a bolt. We're gonna put it in the bin. I guess letting them tutor there and then killing the tutor later was good. I guess Wishclaw Talisman could have been good because if they use it early, we could have gone and got our own show and tell, but then I don't know how good that actually is. They demonic tutor here. I'm going to counter that. There's an argument for countering the thing you go and fetch, but if they demonic tutor after the assembles team, it suggests they didn't get what they need from the top third. We find show and tell. Pretty good here. Do I wait a turn? Just going show and tell into Omniscience, casting Worldspine Worm does allow me to like hit them next turn. Yeah, let's do it. I didn't come in not to cast show and tell, am I right? We can draw a card off the island next turn to try and go deeper. They got a chromatic orrery off of it, which is pretty good. We're going to cast a Worldspine Worm. Are they a Paradox Engine deck? Is that what this is? So we get to hit them for 5 and bolt them for 3. Another bolt would be lethal. Any of the other values would be nice, but I'd rather just kill them. Putting that bolt in the bin early now makes me feel sad, but we would have 1 turn off this, right? Find the show and tell. I think putting the bolt in the bin there was the correct thing to do. Proceed to the mirror, sack the star, draw a card, cast whatever they go and get. Yikes. It'll be a 4 CMC thing though. So it's not going to be Paradox Engine. It might be Eighth of Lux Reservoir or some shit. It was going to be a 4-color thing. It's going to be Channel. Of course it. Well, if they go to 3 life, we kill them. So there is that. They're going for the combo turn now because we're Worldspine one them in the face next turn. If they go down to 3, we love life. If they don't go down to 3, we're probably just dead. That's probably where it's at. So they're going to cast Omniscience. Sure. Khan the Great Creator. Sure. They're going to -2 Khan and get Eighth Flux Reservoir, Paradox Engine, Ancestral Statue, which gives them an infinite combo. So they can now go star, go grab, yeah, they go grab Eighth Flux Reservoir when we die, but if we bolt the Khan before that resolves, then playing the star that gave us a window. That's crazy, because they can't go get Eighth Flux Reservoir now. You can pay 1 life and create the star and hope they draw a Khan. That's what they do. They're dead to the Worldspine Worm here. What was their last draw? Is another Khan? Oh, fuck off! Are you joking me? Oh, wow, that was an incredible draw for them and absolutely terrible for us. Oh, so yeah, they play Reservoir now and then they cast Ancestral Statue over and over and over, because it comes to play, bounces back to hand, you pay 4 mana off the channel, 4 life of the channel, sorry. Each time you cast it, you gain 1 life for each spellcaster's turn. So the first time it's like 5, then it's 6, then it's 7, then it's 8, and then you just and Eighth Flux of us in the face. Okay, so I think the deck we're playing is really good. Worldspine Worm's a bit significantly worse with Omniscience and Show and Tell than the other cards, but it's very good with Sneak Attack, and we are playing that. I think that opponent got lucky, and that's fine. Sometimes opponents get lucky and you can't do much about it. I think the deck is really, really good, even if we are only going, was it 2-3 in these recorded videos? I think the deck's genuinely very strong. There's probably an element of playing more interaction. So probably get refined over time, and the suite of things you put into play as well will get refined over time. Thanks for watching. I hope this hasn't been too low energy for you, and I'll see you in the next one. Ta-ta for now.